Hey, it's Alex with Lover Fighter Writer, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can use Predis.ai to automate and grow on Instagram. So this is actually a very special video because I have a guest in the form of Tanmay, the creator of Predis.ai, and unfortunately, I screwed up the beginning of the video. So the first part of the tutorial is going to be a split screen where you're looking at my screen and you're also looking at Tanmay, and then I have better footage of the second part of the tutorial, so you'll be able to see my screen, full screen for that part. But let's just take a quick look at the outside of Predis.ai first. So if you come to Predis.ai, or if you use my affiliate link, which will be in the description of this video, then you can actually use this tool and get two free post ideas using this this external tool here. This is just a pop-up that comes up, or you can activate this by clicking try for free, and you can also get a 7-day free trial with no credit card required. And it's a really cool tool. Basically, it uses AI to create both creatives, as in images, and text, and even hashtags for Instagram. And it's not just like a random hashtag generator. It uses data from Instagram to generate hashtags that are relevant to your post, and it even has a really cool analytics part built into it where you can figure out really easily what your highest performing posts on Instagram are, and make more of the same type. And it also integrates with e-commerce stores like Shopify, WooCommerce, and some others. So we're going to take a look at all of that with a tutorial provided by Tanmay on a live call with me, and let's get right into it.
Okay, so I think from an account setup perspective, the first thing which we can do is to set up your brand kit and your templates. So can you go to the left-hand side menu, go to Manage Workspace?
Okay.
Yes. So within this, if you see the brand details, okay, I think primary color, accent color we've already set up. Fonts, font color, maybe you would want to set something up because that typically does like change in all of the templates, and it also gives a very good feel.
Okay, I've got a color here I could use for that.
Okay, just click on save. Yeah, so this is one thing. Integrations wise, I'm sure you have already done. Can we go to the Instagram, the integrations tab, the second tab here on the same screen?
Oh, yeah.
Next to. Okay, so maybe you would want to link your Instagram account so that I can also show you the competitor analysis.
Sure.
Can you click on that drop down? Do you have an account? Yeah, this one. Yeah.
And then
just
link.
Save.
Or save. Okay.
Okay. Facebook is fine. I think the flow is kind of the same. So in case you want to look at a Facebook page in competitor analysis, we can do that.
Okay.
So,
all right, there we go.
okay. Templates. Do you want to set up a default template, or you're fine? I think let's not set up the templates because anyways the AI will always pick the latest ones. So we will see the newer versions only.
All right, sounds good.
Okay. We can go to the create like the content library. So there are two parts of the product. One is the content creation bit, and obviously the second is the competition analysis. I see that you have already, I think, created a lot of posts. I think then just if you can just click on create post, I'll talk about the nuances of that. Okay, so I think the most important thing here is the one-liner. Can you just select this, the one-liner text which you have written? Can you just copy it or rather cut it from that?
Oh,
just
right
select
here?
all, cut. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you just cut this?
Oh, okay.
I mean,
there we go.
Yeah. So do you see the hint here, the bad input and the good input? So typically, I mean, you will see better results if you kind of give an input which is more in line with the good input. Essentially, what happens is the AI kind of tries to get keywords around what is the business about. who is like which are the clients which the business is serving, and how will the business affect them. So these are the three primary things which the AI kind of needs. And once it gets them, it kind of starts making some decent content.
Okay, that makes sense. So we've got here we've got what the company is, who they serve, and how they do it. So
What
yeah,
do
that
they
makes sense.
exactly? Yeah. So you can just do Control Z.
Um,
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, maybe you might want to write who is this for and how will it help. I mean, this kind of says what it does.
okay. Um, Something like that.
Yeah, I think that should be fine. Languages, I'm not sure if you want to use them, but yes, we do support, I think, almost 14 languages now.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
you could actually give input in one language and see an output in another language, just in case you want to do that. The post themes is something, is basically why did we do that? Is to induce some variety into your content calendars. Obviously, it does not look good if a handle just keeps on talking of promotional kind of a content or educational content, which is why we kind of gave these options. So what happens is the AI will, for example, behind the scenes would be, you will start to get examples like that maybe showcase your desk, or let's say if it was a packaging company, so it will start to give options around showcase your packaging process and stuff like that. Again, contest is something you could use it for Instagram stories, or you could also use it for LinkedIn polls, and like the polls bit could be used for that. Expert interviews again will give some different content. So overall, I think I'm not sure if you ever experimented, but yeah, I mean that is what they stand for. And you could like whatever create 3 posts now.
Okay.
Yeah. So at this point, the AI will try to look at the keywords from your one-liner and also look at your brand kit while creating, while making the creative. And yes, look at the kind of post themes which you have given. Yeah. So if you see the behind the scenes, the middle one, that is what I was talking about. So it is kind of saying picture of you founder having a meeting with a client about content writing for the website. So this I think is a very good idea. I'm not sure if you like it, but yeah, I think this is something which might go well on your different platforms.
Sure. So should I go to edit post, or it's still
Uh,
working, isn't it?
yeah, it's still working. The creative generally does take some time because there is a lot of heavy duty lifting behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So the AI actually also goes to pixels and splash, tries to pick up the right type of images, then kind of figures out which is the best image, and then it kind of fills it up in the creative. So whatever, I think the rightmost is done. Let's just click on edit post of that. So I'll show you, yeah. So here, first thing, obviously, if you don't like this creator, just click on any of these creative options, other template options. Yeah. So in this way, you can actually, whatever, like middle one, any one of them, just click on that.
Okay. Sure. We'll try this one.
Yeah. So what will happen is the AI will pick up this template format and make a creative for you based on whatever context it has. So I think how a small e-commerce store grew using content is what the title is, and the AI is making this creative with whatever images and all those things which it came up with. Yeah.
Nice.
So this is what it has made. This is like so like this. I mean, you will see a lot of template options. We are trying to add more and more template options, and you don't burn AI credits if you generate more template options. AI credit is used only when the post is created the first time. This is one. Do you see the media library option next to other template options?
Uh, Pardon?
The media library,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Just yeah. So have you tried this?
No, I haven't been in here yet.
Okay. So what this does is, so now while creating this, while generating this creative, as I told you, the AI went to Pexels and Unsplash and tried to find a lot of images which might go well with this type of content. So what we do is we kind of show this as AI suggested media. So in case you don't like the current image, what was shown there, you could just use any of these. So right now, I think the template which you selected is, I think, a multi-image kind of a template. Can you just scroll up, select the first template which was generated? Yeah, just click on that. Yeah, and now whichever image you like from this AI suggested media, just hover on that image.
And should I say
Yeah,
using
just
template?
yes, use in template. Yeah. So when you do this, the AI will basically pick up this image and replace in the existing template. So this is a very fast way, and while it does it, it will also make sure that it kind of places it in a right way. Sometimes it is possible the image might not, like in terms of the focus, the right objects are kind of focused within that. So now, as you see, you can very easily or very quickly start to make various versions of your creative.
Yeah, it's great.
Can you just scroll down? I also see that I think you have uploaded some assets. So all of those assets are here, and you can just do the same thing. Just click on use in template, and you can use any of these.
Perfect.
Yeah. So this is how you can use our assets. This was okay. So in terms of creatives, I think the last thing which remains is the edit creative bit. Do you see the edit creative option on the left hand side?
Yes.
Next to, yeah, if you can just click on it, it kind of opens a creative editor, and you can make any type of change which you want within that creative. Yeah, I mean, you can move the image,
Yeah, I mean,
fonts,
it looks like it
colors.
pretty much nailed this one, but I'll move the logo over just to have something to do. And yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah. Okay, and just save and close. So it will make your version like this. It will kind of make this as your changed version. So once this is done, I think the creative bit is kind of done. I think next we can look at the captions. Can you please click on the captions tab? Yes. So with every post idea, we give 3 caption options. And obviously the assumption is that you might want to tweak them a bit. All of these are editable. Just click on any of these. Maybe you want to click on the second option. Yeah. So if you notice, the left-hand side caption also kind of changed. So the post preview kind of updates with your changed caption. And you can change, like you can write inside this, whatever changes you do, it keeps on getting updated.
Perfect. All right. I don't have a name to put in here off the top of my head.
Which is fine. Let's just try to, can you click on generate more? That will give the third caption version. Maybe that might be something better.
Oh, it gave me a name.
Yeah, okay. And if you see the 2 hashtags which it has added here, these are basically the 2 hashtags you had added in your branded hashtags. So let's say if you have, I don't know, maybe hashtag Alex Tucker, maybe you can just add that. So you don't need to manually always write it.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So this was about the captions. Can you go to hashtags? Yeah. So hashtags, like behind the scenes, how it works is we have the Instagram hashtag library embedded within the product. We keep on periodically updating it, and the AI actually looks at the image and the caption and kind of figures out what would be the right hashtags which will go well with this kind of a post. So it will basically understand the context of your caption and the creative and give you relevant hashtags. It does take some time, but yeah, I mean, we're trying to improve the time. So there are 2 parts to the hashtags. One is if you see below each hashtag, there is a number which is written. So it's basically the reach or the size of the hashtag. Typically, it is suggested that if you have a smaller handle, you should use smaller hashtags, not to go for a larger, like very large mega hashtags. So do you see this option, sort by reach? Can you just click on reach?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this will basically sort all these hashtags, like the smallest hashtag comes first. So maybe I think this would be a right order to select hashtags. You could select as many hashtags as you like. Yeah, and as you select, they keep on getting populated on the left hand side.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, we'll use those ones.
Okay, and the last option, and again, okay, while we are on the hashtag, there are 2 options. You could also look at hashtags by creative. Can you just click on the creative option? Yes, this will give you hashtags which the AI kind of thinks are might go well with this. So when I talk about the creative, the AI looks at what is the text. It also looks at the images, the objects, and tries to decipher, I mean, what is the image about, and then it kind of gives that out. And let's say you're not happy with these set of hashtags, there's that reload option. I mean, if you press the current hashtag selection will go. I mean, that's something we're trying to see if we can preserve. But yeah, typically how you can use it is, let's say you go to the caption, you write something else, or you make some changes. Then you come here and again reload the hashtags. So the AI will suggest you hashtags according to the new caption.
Great.
Yeah. And in terms of the LTD, there are no limits to the number of times you can ask for hashtags. I mean, potentially you can just keep on reloading as many times as you want. So this was about the hashtags. I think the last bit is the suggestions. Can you just click on suggestions tab? Yeah. This is actually a very interesting piece of our product. We have not really tried to market it a lot, but yes, we do intend to. So what this is saying is, this is the AI way of telling you how good will this post perform with respect to your average post. For example, if your average post, let's say, does 100 likes and comments, this might do a bit lesser, because if you see the rating bar is kind of at the lower side. If it was more on the greenish side, the AI was kind of saying that this post would perform well. Now, how could you improve this post? Day of week, the AI is assuming that you're going to post it right now, which is like whatever 12:30 p.m. your time. So it's saying that I mean Monday. It's saying that you should do it on a Wednesday. Posting hour wise, it's fine. It's saying that 12 p.m. is a okay time. Number of hashtags, it's not really happy. It's saying that you should use a bit more hashtags. Then length of the caption wise, I think that you typically try to write larger captions, or rather you typically write larger captions, which is why it is saying that this might be a smaller one for your audience. You should write something larger. And creative appeal is how good is your image. Typically, I mean, though 69% is kind of showing it green, I think you should typically aim for something like 80-85%. I mean, that's something which the creative starts to get very good. Like one way I think I could look at improving this is maybe increase the size of the image or something like that. So this, I mean, suggestions is basically the AI's way of helping you to improve the post. I mean, if you do this, typically we have seen that, yeah, the post does perform better. So this was all about the post being generated. Now you could download this post. I mean, do you see the download option at the right-hand side top?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you click on download, it will kind of create a text file which will have the caption and the URL of that image. Then you could basically either copy the image from there, or you can go to Edit Creative and download the image, either of that.
Nice.
Yeah, so this was about the post creation bit, I would say. Let's go to the content calendar. I'll show you how can you plan your content. Yeah, so whatever posts are created, they by default get added to that particular day. I mean, obviously, we are trying to change that behavior. As soon as we move closer to scheduling or publishing, obviously, we'll start to ask you for if you really want to add it to the calendar and stuff. Now, you could drag, just select one of these and drag to the next day. Yes. Like this, you can actually start to change the days of the post. Time, as I said, is not supported as of now. It kind of assumes you are posting at the current time. That's it. But like this, you could drag drop. I mean, you could change it to a monthly view to see your overall monthly calendar and stuff like that. Now, there is an export option here. Do you see an export button on the right hand side top? Yes.
Yep.
So what we have done is, since we don't have we don't support scheduling or publishing, we have kind of given integrations with all of these different platforms. I'm not sure, but by any chance, do you use any of these?
I do. I use SocialBee.
Okay, so you can just select SocialBee, click on download. It will give you a CSV, which can directly be uploaded into SocialBee. So you don't really need to copy paste anything. All of these posts, whatever we just made, they will get added to SocialBee as is.
Perfect. Yeah, I used that for the few that I generated previously, and it worked really well.
Okay, got it. Understood. So this was about content creation. Now there is a third option around creating content via e-commerce. I'm not sure if you would need that. If from a demo perspective, if you want, I can do a quick demo. Should we do that?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, can you go to manage workspace?
Oh, yeah.
Would you know any Shopify store, like anybody who you know or any store which you follow?
I can think of a couple of clients, but I don't want to put them in necessarily, without their permission.
No, I mean, that's fine. I mean, we don't ask for any API information or anything. Just click on integrations.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you see the Shopify URL? Just enter the URL. That's it. I mean, there is no, they don't get notified or anything like that. You can just add a URL.
Okay.
And if you can't think of anything, we can even put Allbirds. Allbirds.com is like that a very large US-based shoe e-commerce store. They sell a lot of shoes, very popular.
Sure, we'll use that.
Just click on save. Yeah. Meanwhile, if you want, you can also open this in a new tab, so you know what they're about.
Open what in a new tab?
This same URL, just open it in a new tab.
Oh,
so at least you can look at the store. Yeah. Yeah. So this is what they are. Something like this. Yeah, just nice. I mean, large store, very large actually. So I think they are in that top 10 Shopify stores in the US, something like that. Okay, can we come back to Predis.ai? Yeah. So now I think what we did was we were able to read all of the store products. Can you please go to the third option, which is the asset/e-commerce in the menu?
Over here?
Yeah, e-commerce media. Yeah. Can you please go to Shopify products? So what will happen is all of the products from Allbirds will get listed here.
Wow.
Now what you can do is just hover on any of these products, whichever you like. Yeah, just click on create post. Yeah. So what it does is it will open the same screen. Now the difference is you don't need to give a one-liner input to the AI. What happens is the AI will look at the Shopify product name, the product description, and the image, and it will create a post from there. So let's just try to create a post. Yeah, just click on generate one. So I think it was something to do with men's wool runner shoe.
Yeah, women's wool mizzles.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So I think the caption is good enough. I think small tweaks and I think it should be fine.
Okay, so we edit post.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, just click on edit post. So I think the only difference or the only big difference is if you see the templates are very different. What we've done is for e-commerce, we have kind of tried to make specific template, like which kind of showcase the products more and stuff like that. So if you just scroll down template options, you will see different, slightly different looking templates. That's one. Can you just scroll up? Second difference is go to media library, please. The same second option. Yeah, so this will be the Shopify product, these things, like the Shopify product images actually. Now, one major thing which we do here is, if you notice the first image of those two shoes, they kind of have a background. Mm-hmm. So what we do here is the AI also removes the background of an image and then uses that in the creative. Like we kind of assume that rather our study has been that e-commerce products typically are showcased without the background, which is why we kind of do that. Yeah. So rest of the process is kind of similar. Captions, hashtags, suggestions, everything is the same. Just that two major differences. You don't really need to give a one-liner. And second, obviously the template options are different. That's it.
Great. Yeah, that's very impressive. So that was a really good overview. Is there any last things you want to point out?
Yes, last thing is the competitor analysis. I know we are running out of time. I'll quickly just finish that in like 2 minutes. Can you go to the competitor analysis? Have you tried this?
I took a quick look at it, yeah.
Okay, so let me just quickly talk about it. This is basically your analysis. So what I see is kind of different themes. First one is infographics in a particular format. Second one, I think, are your personal images, maybe behind the scenes or something like that. And you can just click on any of these, just click on one of those images, and it will kind of open that actual image in Instagram.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So you can actually look at it for any, I would say, any public Instagram handle potentially. Can you just come back to computer analysis? So structurally, how we have tried to make it is the share of voice, total post, engagement percentage, and average engagement. These are 4 different columns. So I think if you want to see your best performing content, can you just sort it by the engagement percentage? Yeah, once more, please. Yeah, so this is basically your best performing content, like this first two categories. And I think your average engagement is around 6%, which is around 5 likes or comments. This type of content typically gets almost, I think, 30% more of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of, the average engagement is higher. So you might want to make more posts around this. And if you just scroll down to the bottom, this that would be your lowest performing post theme. So you might want to make lesser of those posts.
Makes sense. So
Like
I need
this.
more nature posts, apparently.
Yeah, apparently. I mean, maybe that's what you're. And this is for the last 1 year. Can you just, do you see that option right hand side top, 1 year? Just click on that. You can also see what has happened in the last 3 months.
Sorry, where? Oh, right here.
Yeah, last 3 months maybe. Yeah. So last 3 months you have done around 4 posts. Okay, maybe you have not been very active. So that's why it has not been able to make a theme like a group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and like this, you could actually look at any public Instagram handle, might be a brand, might be, I don't know, like one of your competitors, whoever, and will kind of give you a lot of inspirational ideas that what you could try and stuff like that.
Awesome.
Okay, so I think this is what I had, I think, from an overview. Do you have any questions for me?
Um, no, I think that was a really good walkthrough. Yeah, that was excellent. So thank you so much for taking the time. I'm really looking forward to sharing this with my community. I already shared the fact that I picked up your AppSumo deal with my community, and there's quite a few people who have either already bought the product or are looking at it and are pretty impressed. So I think you're doing great work with this.
Thank you. Thank you so much.